How much do you know about money? How much of that did you learn in school?
I would never go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, get out of debt, buy a house.
The role of school is said to be, quote, to ensure that children are mentally and developmentally ready for the real world. But amongst the most commonly taught subjects in school we find geography, art and music. There's no mention of anything involving personal finance, which is strange because the average person will spend 10 to 13 years working for money, or close to 20% of their time awake in their lifetime. So this begs the question, why is teaching you about money not a priority for the traditional schooling system? Today we're going to talk about 6 of the most important things that schools fail to teach us about money. The schooling system as we know it was designed about 200 years ago, when the Industrial Revolution was in full bloom. Factories were built all over the country, and that created a need for workers with a particular set of skills. All that was required was for them to be on time, do the work, and listen to their managers. You might think that sounds a bit like turning up for school in time, doing your homework, and obeying your teachers. And you'd be right. Creating this behavior was exactly what the schools were tasked with. And for a few years in history, that's exactly what society needed. But here's the problem. Fast forward 200 years and societies changed dramatically. But schools didn't. Schools to this day still focus on teaching you a job so you can go work in the system, paying your taxes and contributing to the financial machine as a consumer.
Salary is the drug they give you when they want you to forget about your dreams.
But here's what they never told you. The fundamentals of money management are the first things you'll need to learn once you finish school and transition into adulthood. Skills such as budgeting will help you build financial stability and help you pay your bills in time, plan for the long term, and make sure you have enough money until your next paycheck.
A written budget, a detailed budget, will make you feel like you've gotten a raise.
This can be as simple as a spreadsheet breaking down the money coming in, the expenses going out, and the money you set aside for entertainment and other things. Building a safety net is the next thing you need in order to consolidate your financial position and mitigate the inevitable challenges that life will throw your way. Whether it's your car breaking down, school expenses, home repairs or emergency travel, having a safety net between 3 to 6 months of your expenses will save you a lot of stress. After getting the first 2 basics right, you'll want to start focusing on saving and investing. Now people have a lot of reasons why they save money. Some want to go on holiday or buy a house or a car, or save for retirement, or start a business. In contrast, some people don't. Some people spend their entire lives saving money, but never actually put it to good use. And even if they wanted to pass it on to the next generation, inflation will inevitably eat at its value throughout the years. The bottom line is, money needs to be put to work, or it will inevitably slip through your fingers, rendering your years of hard work completely useless. Now there's 2 very important elements here. The first one is your credit score. Now your personal credit score can and will affect your life at some point. And this could be as simple as a phone contract approval or a house mortgage. Credit scores are the financial history we build as consumers, which allows financial institutions to understand our individual capability to manage money and debt. This in turn can dictate not only if we get approved for borrowing, but also at what cost. Someone with a low credit score might still get approved for a house mortgage, but the difference is they'll pay thousands more in interest because of the risk the bank is taking on them. In other words, a low credit score can make you poorer, but understanding how to play the game can open up doors in the future. Now this is an important topic in personal finance, and I won't go into too much detail in this video because I might make a separate video on it. Now the second element in this lesson is debt. Traditionally, people believe debt is a bad thing. Financial educators like Dave Ramsey advocate against debt, with a strong belief that generally speaking, debt will do more harm than good.
So you and I will now argue.
The answer might not be black or white though. High interest and unnecessary debt can help you buy the life you were told you wanted. It can help you pay for the nice car, the fancy clothes, the expensive food, the liabilities. But there's a flip side to this coin. Debt can also help you get the knowledge needed to advance to the next level. Paying for specific courses in an industry you want to excel in, borrowing to start a successful business, taking a low-interest debt to buy appreciating assets that will cover your costs and net you a profit is all debt worth leveraging to help you grow faster. Google currently has 23 billion in debt. Do you think that's a bad thing? So then the question is, why is there such a divided opinion between debt being good or bad? The answer to this question lies in the next lesson. Another important lesson I wish I learned in school is risk. Every business venture, every investment strategy, and every step you take to better yourself involves risk. And sometimes there's a thin line between investing and gambling. But in my opinion, working a large portion of my life in order to hopefully be able to afford a holiday once I retire is the largest gamble I could take. I know I need to take action, and you're watching this video because you know you need to take action too. So tailor your plans to the level of risk you're prepared to take in order to achieve the return you want. How quick do you want to achieve your financial goal, and what are you prepared to lose to get there? Identify the risks involved with every venture and try your best to mitigate them as much as possible. I personally do this by investing only what I can afford to lose, doing an insane amount of research prior to investing, and diversifying as much as possible to give me the best chances of success. Schools are meant to teach you how to thrive in the real world, and you need money for that, right?
See, money is either a means to do something or a consequence of having done something.
What they don't teach is that there's more than one way to make a living. So why is that not taught in schools? For that, we need to go back in time by 200 years and look at the people that invented the school system. They were factory owners with multiple streams of income themselves. They just needed employees. They didn't want to create equal opportunity or competition. But to this day, that thought process still impacts what we learn in school. If you get good grades, you'll get a good job. If you're a good employee, you'll get promoted and you'll get paid more. And you might ask, is there an alternative?
Yeah.
Yes.
Robert Kiyosaki classifies income in 3 categories: active income, portfolio income, and passive income. Active income in a nutshell is anything that requires you to be active in order to earn money. This could be you trading your time for money in a normal job, or you running a business that can't operate without you being there. These are both examples of active income. Portfolio income is generated through buying assets, waiting for them to go up in value, and selling them, pocketing the profit. The assets could be stocks, bonds, property, and so on. The benefit here is that generally speaking, you'll pay less tax on money generated this way as opposed to active income. You also have more flexibility because you can choose the type of asset you want to invest in. You can choose when and how much to buy, and very importantly, when to sell. You only pay taxes once you've sold the asset and made a gain. There's also some very special tax allowances for these types of assets. In the UK, you can buy and sell stocks and shares through an ISA account, and you can benefit from the income tax-free. The US has something similar called a Roth IRA. The third type of income is passive income. This is income generated without active involvement, and unsurprisingly, it's the most popular type of income. Now that being said, you will have to still put in a bit of work and a bit of money in order to set this up. But like with any good business, you can automate the process to create truly passive income and recurring revenue. An easy example of this would be buying and holding stocks that pay a dividend. This would pay you money every quarter without you having to put in any work in the meantime. And it can also apply to property rentals that you pay someone to manage for you, or creating a course or a book that you can sell over and over again. There are many options out there. Now, aside from the obvious advantage of this being a passive source of income, there are also many tax advantages. Some of these include offsetting some of your expenses against your profits in order to reduce the amount of tax you need to pay. But again, that might be a topic we cover in another video because there's a lot more to say on this. The fifth thing I wish I learned in school is how to start a business. Now I've got a confession to make. I've learned some of these elements in school, but only because I went to university to study business management. And in reality, I've learned the very basics of starting a business online. And the more complex parts I've actually learned by doing it. But I strongly believe that every school should teach at least the following: how to find a passion that you can turn into a business, how to write a business plan, how to get funding, how to market your business online, how to create a brand, and how to grow your business. Now these elements might sound scary and complicated before you start, but that all goes away once you're actually doing it. The psychology of money could be one of the most important things on this list. There's a lot of people in this world that stress about money, or the lack of. There's a lot of people that are afraid to start investing because they might lose their money. There's also a lot of people that spend large amounts of money for small endorphin kicks, or social approval. And I believe schools don't need to convince people of what's right or wrong here. Everybody can make their own decision. But being aware of the psychological effects of money can help some people avoid some very common pitfalls in personal finance. And there's some key elements here that inevitably impact everybody in their adult lives. Things like lifestyle inflation, emotional spending, peer pressure, delayed gratification, and minimalism could help people make better, more rational financial decisions in their lives. And just being aware of these could mean all the difference. Now if you got all the way to the end, thank you very much. I'm trying to learn more and more as I go along, and this is only my second YouTube video, but hopefully there's a bit of an improvement from the first one. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe, and check out this next video about 4 things that are keeping you poor and how to fix that. I'll see you in the next one.